It's time to end, to end the Halloween franchise. Talk about Halloween 2018. No, not doing that joke. No. Anyway, Halloween 2018. So this came out on... No, I'm not doing that joke. This came out 40 years after the original film, and it retcons everything, all the sequels except for the original film. And what's the story? Michael Myers is in Smith's Grove, has been for the last 40 years. He gets out, starts killing people. Basic plot, right? So let's talk. I'm gonna go back to an old format, good and bad, because I feel like lately I've been kind of sprawling out, and I'm not always gonna do it good and bad, but with this film I think I can do it. All right, so let's start with the good. First of all, the cinematography and the score are great. The score by John and Cody Carpenter, great, especially the Halloween theme plays at the beginning and the end, and one little score that plays in the third act. And that's The Shape Hunts Allison. I actually have that as my ringtone right now. And sometimes when my phone goes off, it makes me jump. So, there's that. Just great. Great score and cinematography, just the way it looks. Like, you see some of the shots in the trailer, like when you see Erin standing in front like this. And cuts the people, and you see that overshot when they walk up. Great. Now, I didn't talk about Erin and the other girl. They're podcasters. They're going to talk. They were a major point of the trailer. Perhaps I'll get to those in my negative, my bad segment. So the good, Jamie Lee Curtis. Great, as always. Very good. I think she does a great job of someone who has this trauma, this, post-traumatic stress, if you want to say, even though it happened 40 years, and I'll get to that in my bag, because it's a little bit negative, that too, but, like, it happened 40 years ago, but she's still traumatized for it, but she's a functioning alcoholic, I guess you could say, and it's... it's just great to see Jamie Lee Curtis back in a Halloween film again, and she does a great job with it. Forgot his name. It's not even on the thing. The guy who plays Michael, I can't remember his name. I can't remember his damn name. I should have looked. Shit. James Jude Courtney. While Nick Castle does return to play Michael Myers for a short part, James Jude Courtney is Michael throughout the entire film. Most of the film, I should say. Very good. Very good as Michael. His performance, great. They have this bit where Erin and the other chick, they come in, the podcasters, they come in, try to get Michael to talk. Of course, he doesn't say anything. And right away you're sitting there, you're like, don't say anything. Is he going to say anything? Don't say anything, because that's one thing I didn't talk about in Rob Zombie's Halloween 2 review, is they made him talk. It's only one word. Die! And they didn't have him not talk as a child after. You don't mess with that. I forgot to say that in my Rob Zombie Halloween 2 review. But you don't do that. I'm saying. And they don't have him talking in this one, which is great. The kills, while a little bit dumbed down, or, there is some pretty good kills. Like when Dr. Sartain, and we'll get to him, when he is killed, Michael stomps his face like it's a jelly sandwich. Very good. There's the scene, you've seen it in the trailer, where it's that long panning shot. He comes in, he goes back, he grabs the hammer, kills the woman, takes the knife. You don't see him kill the woman. That's not what I'm talking about. He kills the woman, he takes the knife, he walks to the next house, he goes in, slits her throat. great. Are there any other kills? The peanut butter on my penis guy. Look at him too. Ray. And I'm gonna, talk about performances. Andy Matichak plays the granddaughter, and she's very good as well. And, Shea Plant's Allison. She's Allison. So they, she's running from, she's very convincing. She's very good. And I don't even know if this is her first film or not, because I haven't seen her in anything else. But she was very good in this. And, like I said, James Jude Courtney giving it his all. And let's talk, I think I like the ending to a point. Alright? And here's what it sets up. The character of Karen is not in my good because it's a little bit of a mixed aspect, so I'm putting it in a negative, because most of what I have to say is negative. But she does have a good, Judy Greer does do a good performance. The performance is great. It's just other stuff, alright? Most of the film, it's not, but it's the performance in the climax, I should say, where Laurie and Michael are fighting, and Laurie this time gets knocked off the roof, falls down. Michael looks away. When he looks back, she's gone. Taste of his own medicine. I love that. And then Michael hunts down the other two. They're in the basement. And you got, I just said her name, Judy Greer's character. I said her name. It's not Jamie either. Karen. She's got the gun. She said, Mom, I can't do this. I can't do this. And Michael, like, okay, I'll kill you then. Gotcha. Boom! Shoots him in the leg. He falls down the steps. Those two run up. They shut the thing. And they set it on fire. It was a death trap the whole time. Set it on fire. Although, with the way the gas was coming out, it should have exploded. But I digress. Fire goes out. And we're left thinking that Michael may be dead. He's not, because they're going to have more sequels. But it's just a thought. I like the ending. It's a good ending. And now, let's talk about the bad. First and foremost, the podcasters. While I enjoy their parts in the film, I didn't say that my good because it's kind of mixed. I enjoy their parts in the film. Their involvement in this, totally pointless. They exist to give Michael his mask, and that's it. Although I do have one little point to make. But that's just it, okay? Dana, that's her name. They go to Smith's Grove to talk to him. They leave, they go to talk to Laurie. They offer her money, which she gives to her granddaughter. That's another good thing. And then they go to a garage where Michael is there. Kills the, and I didn't notice this before, our last two viewings I have. Michael's actually, when they get there, you can actually see Michael killing the garage attendant, the gas station attendant. Kills the gas station attendant, steals his coveralls, right? Then he goes to the bathroom and he dumps teeth in on Dana. That's in the trailer. And on Dana, and he starts going nuts. Aaron sews up, gets snot beaten out of him. He's not dead. I know most people say, oh, Aaron's dead, he died. No. We see Dana get strangled to death. We don't see Aaron die. And if they don't have him come back in Halloween Kills, I'm going to be pissed because he's not dead. He's just there choking on his blood. We don't see Michael definitively kill him. We see him choke Dana to death. She's dead. And then we see Michael leave. Aaron's not dead. And he should come back in at least one of the sequels. Even if they save it for Halloween Ends, where he comes back for a surprise attack to get revenge. Because they could say he was in a hospital for the whole second film. That works. But in my interpretation, Aaron is not dead. Alright? I know some people put him on the kill counts, James put him on the kill count, or people, say, oh, he's just dead. He's not dead, not in my eyes. And if they bring up in the second film, like Obituary, like if they go over and they list a number of people that he killed on that Halloween, right? Because it might take place a year later, right? A couple of years later. And they name a specific number, and you count how many people were killed in Halloween 2018, then you be like, okay, Aaron's dead. Unless they bring him back in Halloween Ends as a little surprise. But to me, he's still alive. That's my big thing. Other than that, not important. Because after he kills Dana, He goes, he gets the mask, puts it on, and they were just there to bring his mask to him. Basically, that's all they were there for. Dr. Sartain. If they were trying to throw this guy down our throats as their next Loomis, they even had a scene where Laurie Strode herself says, "You're the new Loomis." Right there, I rolled my eyes. I'm like, when I was in the theater, I'm like, we get it. All right, he's the new Loomis. But then, if they were trying to make him a Loomis, that's one thing. Because you know how Donald Pleasance or any other character to play Loomis, if this is the Loomis type character, that's great. Someone's going to go after Michael, is going to confront Michael. But here's the thing. That's Laurie now. Laurie is going to go after Michael. She's the new Loomis, not Sartain. And they prove that when he kills Deputy Hawkins, or Sheriff Hawkins, whatever he is, Deputy Hawkins, which if he was a deputy that found Michael back in 1978, why isn't he a sheriff by now? I don't know, but he kills Hawkins and then puts on Michael's mask and puts Michael in the vehicle and throws the mask back. Right? We barely see Michael's face here and there in the shadow. That's fine. We don't really see his face. And once again, just like the podcast, it's pointless because as soon as he does this, he has no grand plan. He gets killed by Michael. That's it. Stomps his face in, like I said earlier. Great kill. But completely pointless character. Alright? You're the new Loomis? No, he's not. He's another villain. He's working with Michael. No, he's not. Michael kills him. Okay. Karen. Now, I told you her acting in the climax, great. Most of the film, she's like, "Mom, you said you quit drinking." And you're like, "Did you call grandmother?" "Oh, she said she was busy." Just monotone. So what is the one scene where she gets scared? "Oh, Mom, get out of the house." It's like, she's a robot for most of the film. And I know this is not really a big deal, but it is to me. Her age, alright? When she did this, she was like 43 years old. Shouldn't they have cast someone who's like 38 to make sense? No, you want to cast someone, I understand you cast older actresses to play teenagers, but not older actresses to play. You gotta be age appropriate with adults, alright? A 38-year-old woman would have been perfect. Hell, get Danielle Harris, alright? She's the perfect age. She's probably even the same age, actually, now I think about it. She's probably like 42, I think. But still, at the time, she probably would have been 38. 2 years ago. Last year, 41, whatever. Get someone age appropriate to play the daughter. You got someone too old. She even looks too old to be, even if she's playing someone who's 38. Because, see, and that's the problem. Sometimes they cast, like, Raven's Home, right? The Disney Channel show. They got like two 13-year-olds, right? It hasn't even been 13 years. When this show came out, it hadn't even been 13 years since the show went off the air. Show went off the air in 2008, right? Show came out 2018 or 2017, whatever. That's 9 years. And you got two 13-year-olds. Doesn't make any sense. Even Girl Meets World, to an extent, didn't make any sense. Did they have a child like right after they moved to New York? Could have. But then Sean leaving doesn't make any sense. Because why did he go to New York? Because he's going to leave right away. Get age-appropriate actors and actresses. That's all I'm saying. Think when you write TV shows and movies, alright? And while we're on the subject of Karen's family, her husband Ray, played by Toby Huss, RT, the strongest man in the world. Didn't know that at the time. Mr. Peanut Butter on My Penis himself. I'm glad he got killed. Otherwise, a pointless character. He just throws out jokes here and there, and he was funny on the Vegetables Eating Penis. But here, he's bombing a stand-up, basically. telling Alice's boyfriend is the son of Lonnie from the original film. And, so Ray is telling a story about how about he and Lonnie used to get high when they were younger. Why would you... I don't know if that's a story you tell over dinner in the middle of a restaurant. I know nowadays smoking weed isn't the biggest deal, but... yeah. Just saying. Ray, terrible character. Dave. Now, there are deaths in this that you could see, but two deaths that were kind of... why didn't they show them? And that's Vicky's death. But her death is the one with the thing. She's killed, and she's got the ghost thing over, or the sheet over her. That's okay. But Dave, like, his death, like, you see her getting attacked, right? You see Vicky getting attacked. But Dave, he hears her scream, grabs a knife, cuts. Right? Then we see Laurie and Hawkins show up. They go in. And Dave's just dead. He's up against the wall like Paul or Bob. Why didn't we get to see his death? I don't understand that. Cameron. Alright, I'm just naming off characters now. Cameron, another pointless character. They do this twist with this character that makes no sense. If he's Lonnie's son, it makes sense, I guess, since he's Lonnie's son, but they go to this dance. It's a reverse Bonnie and Clyde, where he's Bonnie, she's Clyde, and then he's kissing another girl just like a tiger. Yes, they show he's been drinking, but he just kisses her right in front of everyone. And then, of course, Allison finds out, and they get an argument. He throws her phone into what I can assume is vanilla or banana pudding. And why she didn't grab the phone out, I don't know why. Because I don't think it's going to hurt anything. And nowadays you can just throw it in rice and it'll be fine, you know what I mean? I don't think pudding is going to do much. Especially if you got a phone case or something on it. I don't think pudding's going to do that much damage. And one last set of characters, and that's the two cops sitting in the car talking about Bob meat sandwiches. What the hell is that? I know David Gordon Green has done comedies in the past, but that's just... maybe if they were Seth Rogen and James Franco, it probably would have been funnier, because those two work well off each other. But these two cops did it, and it, again, bombing a stand-up. And then we gotta talk about Laurie Strode. Now, like I said, great props. She was in my good. But there's one little aspect that I want to talk about here, and that's, I said she has PTSD. Why? It makes sense if they kept Halloween 2 canon, and then just said, Nancy lied to Dr. Loomis to get him to go back to Haddonfield to stop Michael. Because it sure looks like it, right? She comes to say he's got to go, and then he tells her that she's Michael's sister, and they go back. So it makes sense if they kept that canon and said, she just lied to get Loomis to go back to save Laurie and people from Haddonfield. That would make sense. But no, they wanted to retcon that whole sister thing, so they ignored the second one. Yes, Michael was following her through the whole original film. But, and I kind of mentioned this in H2O, H2O makes sense. 20 years, and they count both films. That's trauma, because he followed her for the whole freaking night. He followed her all day. She didn't know that, though, till he shows up and starts killing, her friends and everything. And then after she survives that, he follows her to the hospital and tries to kill her again. But here, she only dealt with Michael that one little part of the film. Why would she be traumatized enough, after 40 years even, why would she be traumatized enough to prepare her house like a death trap? It makes no sense. That's the big problem that I had when they said they were going to retcon everything but the first film, is why would she be that traumatized by one attack from a guy 40 years ago? Why would you still be waiting for him to get out? Why would you still be... If they had both films, yes, I could see that, because he kept following her, so she's worried that he's going to keep following her again. And they even counteract themselves, because when Michael gets out, does he go after Laurie? No, he just starts killing random people. And the little kid, I didn't have to mention that, and that's the serious balls, but he just starts killing random people. He doesn't go after Laurie until Sartain drives him down to that area to do it. He doesn't care about Laurie because he was following Allison. And once he got there, Laurie started to attack him. Right? Well, he bursted in because he was after Allison, and he figures anyone in his way gotta die, right? But he wasn't personally trying to go after Laurie. She had no reason to fear him. She had a reason, but she had no reason to do all that. Alright? Because it wouldn't... He didn't have motive to go after her after 40 years. Because if he did, he would have went straight after her as soon as he got out, not killing random people. That lady with the hammer, or killing that woman in the window, or that kid, or the kid's dad, who looks like his grandpa. But I'm just saying, they even had to have a character like Sartain move the plot forward by killing Hawkins, which could have been a character in the next film, and in the future films, he could have been the next Brackett. You know what I mean? And then having Sartain drive Michael at least towards Laurie's house before Michael kills him, and then Michael's chasing after Allison. That's the only reason why he goes to Laurie's house, is because he's trying to get Allison. So he gets there, he kills a cop, he kills the cops outside, right? He kills Ray, and then he goes after anyone else in his way to get to Allison. It's not about Laurie, and it makes no sense that he would go after Laurie, and he doesn't. That's the part that makes sense. He doesn't go after Laurie. So it makes no sense. I kind of messed up my words. It makes no sense that she would be scared he would come after her, because he would have no reason to. Do you get what I'm saying? He would have no reason to go after her unless he was forced into a situation like he was with Sartain. I'm just saying that never stuck with me, and the way they did it, it was forced. It was forced. They had to use another character to force that into happening, and you didn't need that. All you had to do was show that it was Laurie that attacked, that caused the bus to roll over, that allowed his escape. That's all you had to do. Would it still justify her being, trying to prepare herself for 40 years? No. Living in fear? I think the 40-year thing they said, okay, we're going to do this, we're going to retcon everything but the first one, and 40 years later. Now, how do we get this to work? And they had to force their way into doing it. And if it gets revealed in Halloween Kills that Laurie did do it, I think it was Sartain, but because they never show it. But if it does show that Laurie did do it, then more power to him. But I'm just saying, they had to force it to work. They had to force this rivalry between Laurie and Michael. I know there's not a lot of people, big fans of the brother-sister angle, but it would have made more sense if they kept it in, because he would then have a reason to go after her instead of them forcing it to happen. Hell, they should have even had Halloween H2O in the continuity as well. I don't know if they'd be able to get Josh Hartnett to come back, but I'm just saying. It would have made more sense if they kept a couple other movies in the continuity, like 2 and H2O, so that it would make sense. But they had to force their way into a confrontation between Laurie and Michael. That's all I'm saying. But guys, Other than that, I do enjoy this film. I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10 because I do enjoy it. And the score, like I said, by John and Cody Carpenter, great. Most of the performances are great. James Dew Courtney, Jamie Lee Curtis. We'll have 3 names. So, yeah. So, guys, what are your thoughts on Halloween 2018? 2018. Let me know in the comments below. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. And as always, love, peace, and chicken. Oh man, I got peanut butter on my penis. Wait, I said I wasn't gonna do that joke. Yeah.